Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to patch nodes managed by AWS System Manager. So before we get started, we have done a previous video on how to set up AWS System Manager using quick setup. So if you didn't watch, kindly watch that video. And now let's see how to patch nodes managed by AWS System Manager. So before we get started on this, now let's see what is actually a patch manager. So patch manager is a capability of AWS System Manager, which will automate the process of patching the managed nodes with both security related and other type of updates. And also we can use patch manager to for both operating systems and applications to apply the patches. And also patch manager, actually it will be using a kind of baseline document where it will include the rules for auto approving patches within the days of the release. For example, the Microsoft, it will be releasing like on the Tuesday, right? So we can configure in a way where after some time the patches are all got auto approved, and also we can add the list of approved and the rejected patches. For example, in some of the enterprise company, they may exclude some of the patches, right? So those scenarios or those use case also, it is possible to configure in the AWS patch baseline. And also we can install patches on a regular basis by scheduling patches to run as a system manager state manager association. So we will use a predefined patch baseline to easily get started using patch manager. So to get started with the AWS System Manager, Patch Manager, here you can see this will be the welcome screen, and they have given like what are the benefits and what are the features. Now we can go start with an overview. Once I quickly start with an overview, here you can see 6 different window. Now let's click on each and every window. Let's see what are the data or what are the details are getting gathered here. So here you can see the dashboard of all the EC2 insurance management and the compliance summary and compliance report. And also here you can see the non-policy patch-based operations as well. And here you can able to see the compliance reporting. Like basically these are all the instances which are running in our region or account, right? So here you can see the complaint status is never reported. Why? Because we haven't configured the patch baseline and we have never run the patch also. Means like patch in the sense we have never run the scanning as well. So that is why it is saying like the complaint status is never reported. So now we are going to configure that part. And now here you can see the patch baseline. So patch baseline is actually a kind of a document where you can configure for each Windows OS or a Linux OS or a Mac OS. For each OS, they are having a defined default patch baseline. You can use those, or otherwise, if you want to configure a custom baseline, that is also possible. Here you can see all the patches which are released from official Windows, Amazon Linux, and Amazon Linux 2 as well. Here you can easily filter it out, and you can easily get like what all the patches are going to be installed, and based on the product as well. For Windows also, here you can easily filter the product and the product family. And here you can easily group the patch baseline association, like patch group also, we can easily group it. And at the last here, you can see the settings to configure security hub. So which will provide a comprehensive view of high priority security alerts and security postures across our AWS account. So now we will configure an AWS patch baseline. So now I am basically all these are running in Amazon Linux 2, right? So I need to use Amazon Linux 2 patch baseline. So I'm going to search for Amazon Linux 2. Here you can click on Amazon baseline name. And I'm going to give AWS hyphen Amazon Linux 2. So this is the baseline for us. So I'm going to click on it here and I'm going to click on view details. So once I click on view details, it will show what all the things are configured. And here you can see default baseline yes. And the approval rules here we are given a security and the bug fix. And the patch exception, we haven't given any patch exceptions. If I want to edit, if I want to edit, or if I want to set this as a default patch baseline, that is also possible. So now I'm just going to click on back on patch manager, and I am clicking on start with an overview. So now I am going to click on patch now. Why? Because until we perform the first scan or the install action, we can't able to get all the other details in the complaints reporting menu. So it will be showing as never reported. So to gather all the details, I'm going to click on patch now. There are two options. One is scan and install, or one is scan. I am going to click on scan and install and reboot if needed. So basically, why? Because of some of the critical patches, it needs a reboot, but some of the non-critical patches, they may not need a reboot. So I am giving a reboot if needed, and I am not going to give patch all agents, and I am going to give patch only the target instance which I specified. So by this feature, I can give the tag. So I have already having a tag rate name, and the tag value I'm going to give the name as system manager demo, so that it will get all the 5 instances details. And here I can give the patching log storage details also. So I'm selecting any one of the S3 bucket. So this S3 bucket has been taken, and I'm going to click on patch now. So post I clicked on patch now. Here you can see an association execution summary where it is in running. And here you can see the scan or install operation summary here also. And now here you can see every 6 seconds our data will be getting refreshed. To know in detail, you can click on association ID or execution ID. I am clicking on association ID. It will go to state manager. Now I can easily see what are all the things are happening. So for now, this is applying for this particular instance. It is in pending stage. And the target and the execution here, you can see it. Now let's wait for some time. The patch operation to finish that execution, we can open association ID and execution ID we have already opened, and we can see how the initiation or how the process is happening. So here we have given as maximum concurrency as 1. So at a time, it would be patching the 1 instance, and this is completed, and this will go to second accordingly. The patch process will be happening. So in the meantime, you can also, before we haven't get any data here, right? But now here you can see the complaint summary we have got, and now it shows complaints at 1. And now here it shows a complaints report. And now if I click on complaints reporting, it will show, and one of the instance, it will be in complaint. Now here you can see complaint, right? And the remaining as never reported. Why it is showing as never reported? It is not yet applied, or the association not yet applied to those instances. That is why it shows as not reported. We'll wait for some couple of minutes to get all the instances are compliant. Here you can see the complaints data. Now let's wait for some time to get it completed. Here you can see this is success. If I click on execution ID, this one patching got completed and it is success. Now let's it is patching the second instance. If I click on output, it will go to system manager run command and it will be showing the output. So here you can see the output of each and everything. Basically, this is for Mac OS and the patch Linux, and this is the patch Linux. And here, if you see the output, so these are all the package it got installed inside the VM. Here you can see what all the patches are got installed and those things, and even we can copy or we can download it as well for the future reference. If I click on run command, here you can see the execution ID. It is in running on behalf of this patch manager run. If I click on compliance summary or the compliance reporting, now it become compliant as 2. Now here you can see 2, and the dashboard also will become compliant too. Now let's wait for some time to get it completed, to become all the nodes to become compliant. So now you can see all the complaints, all the servers or all the managed nodes are becoming the complaint status. Currently, now if I go to dashboard, here it says the complaint is 5. So we have 5 managed nodes and all the servers are under complaint. And if I click on complaint status and complaint, here you can see all the 5 nodes are under complaint. And if I want to see that manager status, right, the state manager association, it is in pending. Basically, it is in running state. To see that, I can go to the execution ID. So here, if I click on it here, right, so in the execution ID, it is in progress. So and also it got completed. To become the success status, it will take some 1 or 2 minutes. So basically, all the 5 instances all the 5 managed nodes, it has been successfully patched, and also the compliance status also become compliant. So in this video, we have established a default patch baseline and ran a simple patching operation on our managed instance. And also, we can also schedule the patching operation by creating a patching configuration, which will allow us to perform patching during a defined window. So to do that, we can use the maintenance window in the AWS System Manager to perform that. You can see under change management, right? We can use that maintenance window feature also. So if you want if you want to know how to configure maintenance window for the patching, let me know in comments. I will create a new video on how to configure patching in maintenance window. So in the next video, I am going to explain how to resize an EC2 instance using System Manager automation. Thanks for watching the video.